I do think that it's highly likely she lost 8 pounds in 2 weeks. 1, by reducing bloating. 2, by getting some exercise going, but also the big part is 3. You constantly see the headlines. I lost 20 pounds drinking apple cider vinegar. I lost 20 pounds in 30 days drinking ACV. And we all wonder the same thing. Are these real? Is this clickbait or maybe some good old fake news? Let's investigate and see if apple cider vinegar is truly giving these massive transformations. But before we get started, I'm Dr. Nick Zyrowski, and I started my holistic health practice in order to help you take control of your health naturally, because true health only comes naturally. I also want to mention I started a new community for the wellness warriors. If you want to join, text the number on the screen and you're in. The first one up is the results of drinking apple cider vinegar daily for 30 days for weight loss. And it looks like this guy got absolutely ripped drinking apple cider vinegar, and I want to look like him, so let's figure out how to do it with apple cider vinegar.
With apple cider vinegar, you're going to feel the most benefits if you consume it after a meal. So what I did is I consumed it after my biggest meals of the day. So I would typically eat 3 to 4 times every single day, and I would have a 1 tablespoon, I'd say 1 to 2 tablespoons of a shot of apple cider vinegar after these meals. I'm gonna explain exactly what it does to you when you do it after you eat in just a second. So what I did is I actually would just like chase it straight out of the bottle, and then I would chase it with a big glass of water.
Sounds like somebody's eating a lot of meals. 3 to 4 meals a day is quite a few. But with the apple cider vinegar, he's drinking it about 3 times a day roughly, and drinking 1 to 2 tablespoons. And according to the research, that's a good practice. When we look at most research studies that are pertaining to apple cider vinegar, it's usually 1 to 2 tablespoons, 2 to 3 times per day. So that works. However, I would not recommend drinking it straight out of the bottle. Many years ago, I was challenged to drink a little glass of apple cider vinegar, and I just chugged it. And let me tell you, that burnt, and I would never do that again. It's always good to dilute it. And when you dilute it with water, you can even have some fun with it. Put in some ginger juice, put in some lemon juice, some cinnamon, some stevia drops. Have some fun with it, make it enjoyable.
So the main reason was weight loss. So it actually, I think, helped me lose way more stomach fat, way more body fat in a short period of time than I ever have in my life. So 30 of those days were basically, I was taking the apple cider vinegar every single day, 3 times per day, and it definitely helped me lose weight faster. I've read a ton of benefits, how it boosts your metabolism, and I definitely felt that, because I didn't really change my diet a ton. I was on a slight caloric deficit, but I've gone on different fat loss regimens before in the past, and I felt like the weight came off much faster, and I felt like I had more energy.
I feel that this is a pretty honest review overall, because he's saying, I used apple cider vinegar, I used a pretty heavy dose for 30 days, I added in, exercise. He said he didn't change his diet a lot, but you can see that he's clearly a fit guy. So he's adding in a lot of other things, and he said, hey, it seems that apple cider vinegar helped me lose weight faster. It seemed to help boost my metabolism, improve my metabolism, so I could be in a good fat burning state. I 100% agree with this. Now, you're not going to look like he did in the thumbnail by drinking apple cider vinegar, but when you hear him out in the process, I think that apple cider vinegar did him a lot of good. I personally have found the same results with apple cider vinegar. Drinking it alone didn't just cause me to lose a bunch of weight, but it supports the process. It's one of those pieces to the puzzle. So overall, a good honest review here. I tried apple cider vinegar for a week for fast weight loss. Insane results. This 7-day transformation is truly insane. And if I can get the same results that she did, I'm totally in.
You take 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and you mix it in with 1 cup of water. If you want, you could do more water to make it less concentrated, but I did only 1 cup of water. And you drink that every day, or you can drink it twice a day before your meals, but I was not gonna do that. So I drink it every day, actually around nighttime.
Okay, so she was drinking apple cider vinegar right before bed. And this can be really beneficial for lowering your fasting blood sugar, but for some people, not everyone, but some people, it can cause them to have to run to the bathroom all night too. So be careful with that.
Oh God, it stinks. A cap of that and put it in there. Is that enough, y'all? I don't know. I always be overdoing things. I'm gonna do like half a cap now. Probably gonna regret that later, but I really don't want to drink this, but I guess I have to. I'm gonna try drinking it with a straw. I really wish this was clear so y'all could see, but it's not. So, all right. Oh my God, it stinks. Okay, ready? Oh my God. Set, go. That was unbelievably nasty.
All right, so first of all, a cap to a cup and a half is basically going to give you a little bit less than 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I mean, it's probably not going to do much for you drinking it in that small of amount. The other thing here is that she says, I don't want to do this, but I have to. Look, there's a lot of ways to lose weight. I mean, exercise, eating a healthy diet, going into a calorie deficit, lots of good ways out there. You do not have to drink apple cider vinegar.
Gonna get my vinegar. I think this time I'm gonna put just 1 cap of it. But I don't know, y'all. Yesterday when I did it, my stomach was burning really bad, but then it stopped.
If you're drinking apple cider vinegar and you're getting a really bad burning sensation in your stomach, especially when you're drinking that small of an amount that is diluted, there's a good chance that you could have an ulcer. And when you drink an acid like that and you have an ulcer, it's like pouring acid on a wound. It hurts.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what my stomach looked like before and after. Ooh, I'll be so excited because I am, y'all. I've definitely seen a difference. Get ready, y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my results right now.
Okay, one of the things that's so challenging, I will say, about this transformation is that when somebody goes from wearing one type of clothes to another, especially when you go to stretchy pants, you can hide a lot there. And here's where I really get hung up on this transformation. Scientifically, from a scientific perspective, drinking a cap and a half of apple cider vinegar a day is likely never going to give you these results. Now, she said she was also doing some light exercises, but I'm just really hung up on that one. So according to the thumbnail, and basically what you see when you look at it, it's like, wow, great results. And she's saying she's had great results over a week period. What do you think about this transformation? Put in the comment section below. I tried apple cider vinegar for 30 days, and this is what happened before and after results. Shock. All right. 20 pounds in 30 days drinking apple cider vinegar, Victoria. Show me how you did this. I need these results. Come through for me on this one. We need a win here.
I do this every single morning before I eat anything to maximize the result. First step, you gotta shake. Shake, shake, shake.
So I started by taking 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and I put it in my reusable water bottle. Now my water bottle has 600 milliliters of water. For me personally, I can handle the taste way better when I dilute it with more water, but I know some people just love to take a shot of vinegar or just mix it with a small amount of liquid.
This looks like a good strategy so far. 1 to 2 tablespoons, drinking it on an empty stomach. Now, when we look at a lot of the research, we do see that drinking it like before and after a meal is highly beneficial, but I will tell you this, drinking it on an empty stomach is also beneficial. It's actually something that I like because I've had some different gastrointestinal issues over the years. What the apple cider vinegar can do is help with proper pH in the stomach. So anybody who's suffering from bloating and some different gastrointestinal problems, drinking on an empty stomach in the morning is highly beneficial.
And this was my measurements at the beginning. My waist was 91 centimeters, hips was 109. Waist is 89, and my stomach is 103.
All right, so these are some pretty sloppy measurements. I've done these kind of measurements before. You have to be very particular about them because it's so easy to get them off. And you certainly can't do them above clothes. But where's the magical weight loss? Where's the picture of the scale, Victoria? I need to see it. And here's the deal. I'm not doing this to pick on her or anybody else, but the truth is I have a lot of the wellness warriors, they'll email me all the time and they'll be like, why is it that I can't get these same results using apple cider vinegar? And I'm like, because they're unrealistic and nobody else to yet, with all these videos we've seen, have proven that they have gotten the results that they're claiming. And truthfully, I don't think that they have. And I certainly believe that apple cider vinegar has a ton of benefits, but they're not magical. And this is setting a lot of people up to have unrealistic expectations. How I lost 8 pounds in 2 weeks drinking apple cider vinegar. Now this sounds a lot more reasonable, so hopefully they come through for us.
I get like a tablespoon of 100% lemon juice. Sometimes I put like at least 1.5, but today I'm just gonna put 1. And then I also got 1 teaspoon of 100% apple juice just to make it taste better. So the only 3 ingredients I'm using is real lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, which I also use only 1 tablespoon. Sometimes I use 2, but most of the time I only use 1. So here's 1.
Okay, so we have 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, sometimes 2. We have a tablespoon of lemon juice and then a tablespoon of apple juice. Now, all these look really good. Lemon has its benefits as well. I'm not a huge fan of the apple juice because you're gonna start to counteract the benefits that apple cider vinegar has when you put in sugar and you're also trying to lower your blood sugar and lose weight. I like the creativity. I like to do things, like I said, like adding in lemon juice. I like ginger juice. I like stevia. I like cinnamon. A lot of these different ingredients I love to add in, but I'm not a huge fan of adding in like honey or things like apple juice.
This is what I pretty much drink every day. I drink it twice a day. I drink it once in the morning when I wake up before breakfast. It's not gonna work if you drink it after breakfast, you know? You have to drink it beforehand when your stomach is empty, so, you know, it'll do its work. And then I drink it one more time again before dinner, which I eat dinner pretty late, which is around like 9. I guess it's just depending on your schedule.
When you drink this on an empty stomach, one of the benefits that you're gonna get is you're gonna get the benefits from the probiotics that are naturally occurring, the enzymes naturally occurring, and then as I mentioned, it helps with bloating because it supports the pH. Now, of course, you can drink it after your meals. It's still gonna offer you benefit. When we look at the research, it's before or after meals typically.
After the very first day of drinking this, I really noticed a difference though. Like I felt less bloated after I ate and I left it. Because usually after I eat, I will feel super bloated and super full, but you know, after drinking this, I feel less bloated, you know, like when you go wear leggings and they feel super tight in your stomach. I didn't feel that super tight feeling, although, you know, it's not like my stomach just woo, but I just felt less bloated, that I felt more comfortable in my leggings and stuff. But anyways, I don't want to talk too much. So here is my before photo. This is even embarrassing to show you guys, but this is me completely relaxed, just bloated, completely relaxed. But I'm trying to be real with y'all, okay? So yeah, this is me completely relaxed. And this is me now. I just took this before I filmed this video. So yeah, before and after, I lost 8 pounds in 2 weeks just drinking apple cider vinegar.
Pretty interesting. So what we constantly see in these videos is that people are having good results using apple cider vinegar to help reduce bloating. You can lose a lot of weight by reducing bloating. So it's not out of the question that she lost 8 pounds in 2 weeks by reducing bloating in a huge way. Let's go on to figure out what else she did.
So in 2 weeks, I lost 8 pounds since drinking apple cider vinegar. I didn't really work out that much. I mean, for the first week, I worked out like twice a week, and then I did like a lot of walking and a lot of like movements just around the house. But then the second week, I just kind of not worked out, which is bad for me that I didn't work out, but I was eating healthy. I completely changed my diet.
Okay, so I do think that it's highly likely she lost 8 pounds in 2 weeks. 1, by reducing bloating, 2, by getting some exercise going, but also the big part is 3, and that is going in and cleaning up your diet. If you're somebody who's not eating healthy and then you transform your diet completely, then you can lose a lot of weight quickly because you lose a lot of water weight. So it's highly likely that she actually got this, not only by drinking apple cider vinegar, but completely transforming her overall lifestyle. Overall, scientifically, apple cider vinegar offers great results, but many people are showing you transformations that you are no way going to get. And so if you want to learn the truth about apple cider vinegar and set yourself up for success, watch these videos right here. You can use it for fasting if you're doing 16-8 intermittent fasting or 1 meal a day. It helps with the increase in satiety. So it's going to help decrease those hunger pains, make you feel a little bit better,